Are people looking at us already? What's happening? We're the broad.
They're ready.
Hi, Angela.
Hi, Jacqueline. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I'm going to do a little of this because I'm looking at Facebook as well because I know people are going to want to comment and ask questions and tell us how fabulous we look. Right?
We are pretty fabulous.
So we got a name. We kind of named ourselves.
Yeah.
We're the broadcast.
Yeah, the
right?
broadcast. I love that name. That's so us.
Tell them what it is. What's broad?
So broad actually as an acronym stands for brave, ready, optimistic, agile, and diligent. But that's really the boring explanation. We actually have a much more exciting reason why we came up with that name. So I'll tell the story.
Okay.
So we were at a client's about a month ago, and one of the gentlemen happened to say, so your chicks that are consulting and your coaches, and Jacqueline say, hey, we're not chicks, we're over 50, we're broads. And they thought that was really funny, and I did too. So that's us to a T.
That's also the construction industry, right? Because that's like, yeah, we're not chicks, we're broads.
That's right. Don't call us chicks.
We're over 50. We know everything. We actually don't know everything. So we're hoping we're giving them the opportunity, Angela, to tell us something we don't know tonight. So type it in and be patient with me while I jump back and forth here.
Yes.
Hi, Kimmy Lamborn. Do it, broads. Thanks, Kimmy. And Mary Jones Cruel. Hello, Mary Jones Cruel from South Florida. We've got a couple people on. So if you guys want to type in your name or a question or a comment or again, tell us how fabulous we are. So a couple things happened, Angela. You were busy, I think, working because we're really busy. We actually have client meetings and whatnot going on virtually. They're not virtual, like they're real clients. They're not virtual clients. But the announcement came in for Orange County here in Central Florida that starting Thursday, going till April 9th, it's a lockdown, shutdown, shutout. I think there's a variety of words, except for
stay at home.
Stay at home. Hashtag stay at home. Right.
That's right.
Which I think everybody was kind of doing, but they say except for essential businesses. And during the press conference, a lot of people were asking questions online. So talk to your boss, really. Reach out to your company. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Angela? What's happening where you are? And hi, Sarah White Wolf and Lori, by the way, just saying hi to them. Lustig. Hello. Sarah Lustig.
And Kelly Phelan. Hello, Kelly. On my end, it's been pretty quiet over here, but people are out and about. I had to go up to the grocery. People were milling about. They were very kind. Everybody was very respectful. I had a serviceman have to come to my home today. He didn't seem terribly concerned about walking into my house. So
sounds like a soldier when you say a serviceman. I want to welcome Ann from Ohio. She's new. So hey, Ann, welcome.
Ann Flegger. Hello, Ann.
Yeah. So you had a serviceman come doing.
Yes, I had an HT man that had to come into my house, and you know what? It was fine. He came in, he did his business, and he left. But I think so far so good. I'm hearing that people are behaving. Although I'm betting now that Orange County is going into lockdown on Thursday, I'm betting things are going to be a bit crazy. I'm in Seminole County, by the way.
Oh, you're in Seminole. I'm in Lake County. So we're in Florida. So for Ann and Kara and Jen have joined us as well. Welcome, Kara and Jen. Kara works in the health related stuff, and Jen just does everything. Ann in Ohio. So we need to let Ann know that for those living in Florida that are listening, we know that. But for our listeners outside of Florida, it's 95 degrees here. So that's why Angela had an air conditioning repair person come, because it's hot in Florida.
Yeah, because when it gets really hot, the ACs freak out. And so that's how it goes. So all of my Orange County peeps, if you're watching this and you need stuff after Thursday, given that Seminole County does not lock down, just let me know. I will be more than happy to bring you stuff if you need it.
That's really nice. And, I guess like different states are doing different things. And I don't know what's going on in Ohio. Maybe you could type in what's happening where you are in the Northeast. I had a friend that was flying in from Philadelphia, and apparently she had a private jet, a big Boeing plane. Um,
I want a big Boeing.
oh, Anne's jealous about the weather. Sorry, Anne. We have like a little 20-second delay too between what is happening between Angela and I and what happens on Facebook. So I apologize. But what was I saying? See, when you're abroad, you forget what the heck you were saying. I'm so sorry. So Angela was offering to buy people cars and to do all sorts of wonderful things. So that's awesome. Thanks, Angela, for doing that. So a lot of people are doing some really nice things, though. There are great stories about young people like singing happy birthday to people in senior centers, like from the road, and
Yes.
dropping groceries off, and people just doing all sorts of really nice things. I'm going to read my notes now because I forget.
Read your notes. You read your notes. I can see the feed, so I'm going to say, and Flegger says they're on lockdown through April 6th.
Oh, okay.
And yes, even though Orange County is on lockdown, you can still go out and get the essentials. You can take a trip to the grocery. You can get to the doctor if you need to. So it's not like cops are going to be barring your way down the street or anything. But, it's just a way to make people that still do have businesses make sure their people stay home.
Yeah. Tonight's the Great American Takeout. So takeout food, hashtag it, post it. Trying to keep our restaurants and local businesses alive. So a lot of people have like really creative ways. I got to tell you, one of my favorite stores. Hello, Amanda Berry. She went to the job site yesterday in Jacksonville, and lots of trades were very busy at work. So that's awesome from the construction industry. That's great. There's a store in this little town that I live in, because I live in that town that every Hallmark movie is filmed in, where the corporate woman moves in and meets a cowboy and then falls in love, right? That's where I live. Under the cherry blossoms has taken our advice, Angela. This is something we talked about, and I don't know that they heard it from us, but they are on their Instagram, on their Facebook, showing their products. I have this wonderful journal that I was going to show everybody that now, of course, I don't have, that I bought there, and you can order it and they'll ship it to you. So they've got journals on sale. They've got gratitude journals on sale, self-discovery things, as well as keychains and candles and homemade stuff. And they're all about local artists. So
I want to go back to what you said earlier about the takeout.
Yes,
takeout. Are you doing takeout?
We're going to do takeout. Yeah, I don't know from where, but we'll do takeout tonight because it's a thing. Or maybe I'll cook and then take it outside. No, that wouldn't be right. What about you? What are you eating tonight?
We're thinking Italian. Italian sounds really good.
Okay.
A little comfort food in the belly. That might be really good. So I think it's a pretty cool thing that they're doing today. I love how creative we are getting at being locked down and being, sheltered in place. What I really love is all of the local community, how we're pulling together and supporting local, because that's what drives economies, right? In our local areas. For example, we mentioned last week, we talked, my friend April Cox, who has Rocky's Retreat.
Yeah.
Brought her up a couple of times because we know that she's been hit really hard by this. She even did a thing that's like, listen, if you just need to get your dogs out of the house for the day, come on by, we'll meet you on the sidewalk. And she didn't really get any takers. So now she's selling t-shirts to try to, earn support for her business. And so, Rocky's Retreat is an amazing place, and we always want to support her. But the point is that, people are getting really creative, and I love that. We have had to do the same.
Yeah. I'm just going through Facebook, Angela, and Amber has joined us. So, Hey, Amber. Amanda talked about Jacksonville, and then Anne said that she found out today that Missouri is on lockdown or stay at home for 30 days. So if you guys have like a favorite store you want us to give a shout out to, because really local is now a village, because like Anne from Ohio, you can go check out Under the Cherry Blossom or the shirt from Rocky's Retreat. So what can we check out in Ohio or in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
You know, what can we be looking at so that we can help stimulate your economy? The Olympics are canceled. I know
Oh,
you're disappointed because you've been practicing forever.
this corona is really, really putting everybody out. I mean, my goodness, the Olympics, who would have thought that would have happened? I mean, I know it's for everybody's good, and I can't imagine people flying and being all together anyway, even though that's over the summer. It's just sad. They've all worked so hard, and it's hello, Deb Lesser. I see her in the feed. I wanted to say hi. Yeah, it does take a village, Jacqueline, and I think a big village, not only locally, but you know, throughout the country. That's why we are live on Facebook, because we'd love to connect with people outside of our local area.
It does take a village. I love that phrase.
We're village people.
We're village people. Can I meet a cowboy? Because I live with a Native American. I'm not going to call him an Indian, but anyway, but it does. It takes everybody working together, and I think everybody really wants to do that. You know, and some of the really fun things. So, you know, trying to keep it positive, right? So there are really good things that are happening out there. Like I got to listen to Michael, and I sat here and watched John Legend sing in his bathrobe, and Christy Teigen was in a towel in their living room. Yeah. And that was really kind of fun. So I don't know, what kind of fun things have you tapped into? Anything?
I saw the same. I've seen a couple of local personalities, people that I know that have been getting on and just doing a lot what we're doing, just chatting, but also just being silly and trying to bring light. I think that's what you and I are really trying to do. Keep people connected, keep people talking, you know, be positive in a dark time.
Right, be optimistic.
So I've seen some of that. I have also seen the concerts. I saw John Legends, which was, you know, Christy Teigen. She's very silly, so that was pretty fun. And all the memes. There's so many memes out there on Facebook that are giving us all a good laugh. I posted that one about Jason Momoa this morning, which, you know, that's never a bad thing.
That's never a bad thing. I know, I saw that. Kara is reminding us, and it's so true, that history is being rewritten, you know? So this is, I don't know what everybody's ages are out there, but certainly in my lifetime, there's been a lot of history already written, but you know, this is going to be in the history books. It's going to be over. We're going to move on. We're going to survive as humans on the planet. Like Angela said, we're really a village, but certainly the United States, because we do. And history is being rewritten. Amanda Berry says, thank you for that, Angela. And Kara says, local musicians are also streaming live, and you can donate to them through Vimeo. So that's kind of fun. Garth Brooks did a live stream concert.
Yeah, I heard that was huge.
Yeah, yep. Well, I'm sorry I missed that. I was watching Miley Cyrus and her dad, but I love Miley, so I'm okay with that. But that's cool. And so it's really great that everybody's focused on that, because one of the things that we talk about is what you focus on grows, right? You're planting a seed with every thought, and yep. And then that blossoms into something.
Yep, it's easy to get down. I think anybody watching has felt it. I have felt it. It's hard to not get sucked into it, but you just have to get up and try to stick to some sort of routine and do things that make you feel good. Don't watch the news, because that won't make you feel good. You know, you don't have to watch every talking head and what they have to say, because a lot of them are just talking heads. That's all they're doing. And many of them aren't even factual, but it can get you very panicky. It can get you very scared. And we don't need that right now. We've got to stay positive because we're going to get a little spiritual on you today, but you've got to, you have to really put that positive energy out there, because as that grows, it comforts everybody collectively. And I think that that's really important.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a ton of ways to do that. We already talked about a few at Hello Vanessa Pierce, by the way. We already talked about a few small businesses that we love. So share those on Facebook. There's a Facebook support your local businesses group, and people are sharing those. So share and share alike. And then if you've got a little extra money to buy a shirt or to buy an item, if everybody is out there doing that in small doses, it adds up. And as Kara said, getting spiritual here, say prayers for each other. The healthcare industry is trying to find humor in the memes where
Okay.
So many times, right? Our first responders, our healthcare workers, where would we be without them? We're really fortunate to have all of them. So expressing gratitude to everybody, and it's called social distancing, but I think it's more like physical distancing.
That's
I
what
feel
we call it. Yep.
right? More
I
social
agree.
now. Yeah.
Physical distancing, not social distancing. We need social connectedness is what we need.
There you go.
That's a little bit what we're doing here, trying to do that, because the more we stick together, the better off we'll be, on the other side of this thing. It's going to be very interesting to see how all this plays out. I had something that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about pivoting. I want to talk about businesses and careers.
You mean like the couch from the Friends show?
Yes.
Exactly.
Pivot. Yeah, pivot. So, we're all having to pivot and be adaptive, right? We're having to be flexible and kind of accept what comes our way. And then many times we have to do it with a smile, because many people are home with their kids, which can be very stressful, but is a wonderful gift. We don't get enough time with our kids, and that's amazing. But what about our careers?
Mm-hmm.
What about, there's a lot of people out there that have big hopes and dreams, and they've never been able to focus on those hopes and dreams. Maybe they've got a side hustle that they want to turn into their full-time hustle. That's their big dream, and they haven't had the time to do it. I'm wondering if now wouldn't be an amazing time to look into those possibilities.
I think that's great. I think that's a great idea. It's an opportunity to, so you're working from home. So what your normal drive time would be, and I know, again, my invisible children are perfect. So I'm certainly not preaching to the mama bears out there, but if you've got an extra 30 minutes here or there, maybe you spend that creating a business plan for that thing that you love, or really, asking yourself the question, maybe do some journaling about what is it that you really want, because this is giving people that opportunity to spend time with their family or to spend time with their dog, to do things like join us, which we're really grateful for, because that's what we're doing, right? I mean, we were like, let's do this radio show thing, even though it's not on the radio, it's on social media. And I don't know why I keep doing this. Jazz hands. Me and Liza Minnelli. If you're not earning, you're learning. Vanessa Pierce, boom,
well, what's great?
Thank you.
Here's what's great. Right now, there are so many learning institutions and educational outlets that are offering free stuff. Colleges have totally opened up their course catalog. Udemy.com has opened up all kinds of courses. You can learn a ton of skills there. So now is really the golden time to really take advantage of that. If it's free and you're going to learn something that's going to help you get where you want to be, then take that opportunity. There's a lot of times where, I hear from people, I want something more, but I don't even know what I want to be when I grow up. And I hear this out of Broads, right?
I say that to you at least once a day.
So I was actually on a call this morning with my friend Nancy over at the CEO School for Women, and she was talking about trying to identify your passion and where it intersects with your strengths. And when you can look at where that overlap is, that you might just find what it is that you want to be when you grow up. And I thought that was really insightful. Thank you, Nancy, for that. She might even be in the listening in. But what do you think about that?
I'm trying to read and I'm trying to talk, and I'm an old broad. I mean, don't you guys know that from the title? So first of all, Angela, wave hi to Lily, because my granddaughter's like waving at us. Anyway, so Carla had a question, but I don't want to. Vanessa's talking about the vision board, and that does help you be clear. And that can be a board, that could be talking to a friend, that could be journaling. And Carla Kale, thanks for joining us, Carla. Carla is asking, what are the top 5 classes that are free right now? So I don't know what you've done, Ange. I know you've taken a few, but I saw a marketing webinar. There's a certification in what are not is. Carla, you type like I do. There was a marketing class. There were certifications for like event planning. There's also, I saw on IAP, which is like a remote college. They walk you through like how to run a bed and breakfast and all the business parts of it. And I mean, a ton of stuff. Angela, what have you been doing? I know you've been taking advantage of some of that.
Well, now that we have a broadcast, I thought I'd learn how to, be in front of a camera, in front of, potentially thousands of people. So I actually did start taking a class this morning for how to be on camera. Yeah, which is interesting. Some graphics design, which I like to dabble in and learn how to use some of the different softwares out there that I want to learn better. But hey, we have free group coaching coming up in April. We didn't plan that, by the way, but I'm going to go ahead and make the shameless plug. In the month of April, I've got free group coaching for professional women every Wednesday. If you look down in the call to action feed, you can just register. It's absolutely free every Wednesday for the entire month of April. And we're going to talk about your career and how to boost your career and all of those things. We got lots of topics to talk about, but sometimes it's just
shameless plug. Shameless.
I know it was shameless.
That's great. No, do it. It's what we do. It's what we do. It's what we do. So it is one of the free things is the coaching all in April. So Carla, I encourage you to maybe check out our website, calltoactioncoaching.com, and you can register for them.
There's a lot of stuff. You don't have to look very far. And so if you're out there and you need to grow in your skills, if you would like to consider what your future looks like, and maybe you need a job change, you want to get a promotion, you want to start your own company, whatever it is, now's a great time to look at that. And you got free resources available to you and free coaching. So I think it's an amazing time, actually.
Yeah. And being able to pivot. This was something that you and I had actually talked about before, right? So aside from getting the couch up the stairs into Ross's apartment, So I love Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie. I'm very much like Brad Pitt. But sorry, totally digress. But it can also be about knowing what you don't want, knowing what other parts of your life you want to touch, right? And I think that's part of, like, even Angela, how you do coaching, because I know you help me all the time with that. When we talk about that, I said it before, like you're planting a garden. So every thought you have is a seed. So you always want to plant the positive ones, and that they bloom in their time. You can't force a lilac to become a lilac. You plant the bush, you water it, you nurture it, you take care of it, and that's what's going to bloom. So you have to be cautious about the energy that you put out and believe in yourself, right?
Yes.
So.
Yeah, because if you second guess yourself, you are undercutting the energy.
Right.
Right. A lot of times, we put stuff out there where focus goes, energy flows. That's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So if you're 50-50 on the fence with 50% I'm going for it and 50% going, oh, I don't know, you're going to self-defeat. You're going to shoot yourself in the foot, and you're not going to get very far, and you're not going to get as far as you would like to go. It's going to be a very slow process. And you have to just stay positive and believe in yourself and just keep going.
And visualize it. That's part of the morning miracle, is spending 10 minutes so the morning miracle is, I can't remember his first name. Elrod is his last name. I want to say Hal is his first name, but I could be recalling the old movie about computers. So the morning miracle is taking, which was really IBM. Think about that in the alphabet, IBM, Hal. Anyway, I've not been drinking Corona. It's okay. So the morning miracle is, and it's a great book, and he's on Instagram as well. And it's, you divide an hour up in the morning into 10-minute segments, and you spend 10 minutes either meditating or praying or being in silent, just physically being silent, no cell phone, no noise at all. Then you spend 10 minutes doing an exercise of some sort. I work out with a supermodel for 10 minutes and do ab exercises. I'll let you know how that's working. You journal for 10 minutes, and one of those 10-minute pockets is visualize, to actually be in it. Like, so if you say, like, you want to win the lottery, what does that look like? Not what are you going to do with the money? What's it going to feel like when the numbers pop up on the screen? What are you going to, like, double take, like really live through the moment that you visualize your life looking like?
I visualize me having a Tom Cruise moment on Oprah's couch.
I love that. Yeah.
That's what I would do if I won. Yes.
Yes.
On Oprah's couch. Because she would be my new best buddy millionaire friend.
That's right. See, for me, it's Ellen. I'll be on the Ellen show. So, so visualize where you want to go. And I hear a lot of naysayers, and they're not naysayers, actually, because I got to tell you, my grandmother, God love her, used to say, I come from a large Irish family of women. The men tend to not be there for a variety of reasons. But anyway, and we would laugh and have a great time. And my grandmother would say, we have to stop laughing. Something bad's going to happen. So when you grow up in that environment, I know, isn't that terrible? Can you believe that? When you grow up in that environment, that's how you're training your brain. And I had to retrain my brain. Plan, don't dwell. That's, yes, bad things could happen. Who saw the coronavirus coming, right? But so you plan for things, like having enough money in the bank to be able to live for a few months, having your business be able to run for a few months, all that kind of stuff. But you don't dwell on the bad things that could happen.
Right. I like that miracle morning, because I think right now a lot of people are out of their routines, and it's got everybody off their game. So I think that that's a really cool thing to maybe try. I might try that. I think that's kind of cool. Get up and get into your routine and get your mind. It's really getting your mindset, right?
Yeah,
getting your mind going for the day and setting the tone for the day.
Yep. Stormy Murdy, who I have to say is a dear and wonderful friend of mine, who I have not spoken to in a while. She has an amazing mom who is 85 years old and an artist. And so she has been shut up for 2 weeks, taking care of her mom. She went on lockdown early on to make sure mom was okay. And so hug Jenny. And yes, we're sharing wine. Yes, I got a little wine. So Vanessa talks about affirmations every morning are awesome. That's something that she does. She used to do it when she was driving into work, and now she does it on the couch before the kids wake up. So that's awesome.
That's a warrior mom mindset right there. Looks like Jen Morales is doing it as well.
That's great. So share your affirmations, because one of the things Angela and I talked about a couple of days ago was helping people understand, right? We're not what we do, because if you lose your job, who are you, right? That's not who you are. I can attest to that. I'm encircled by amazing friends and family who don't define me by what I do for a living. I think half my family isn't even sure what I do for a living, and never was really.
Mine doesn't, so don't worry.
You're not what you have. As cool as your cat is, Angela, that does not define you.
He makes me hot just looking at him with that big fur coat. It's crazy.
I don't mean to sidetrack, but how big is your cat? Tyrion, right? How big is that cat?
So for those of you that don't follow me personally, I have a Maine Coon. He is now 22 pounds and he is 2 years old. So he's still growing, but he's large and has just this longest hair, giant coat, and yeah, he's very big. But
for anybody just tuning in, Angela's referring to her new boyfriend. I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Sorry about that.
Better boyfriend than I've had in a while, I can tell you that.
Oh gosh. Control. How does that work for you? Trying to control everything? How's that working for everybody today? Angela, what's your advice about, I want to go outside even though I can't?
Yeah, you know what? You can only really control how you react to things, right? Because you can't control anything else. It's all about your reaction. And at least for me, we can control, and that can be very difficult to control how we react, because we read this book once. It talked about neurologically how our behavior creates grooves in our brain, almost like a record. So you kind of sometimes go on autopilot, and that's how you just automatically react to things, and you haven't even thought about it yet. And so you have to really be in control. You have to have that awareness of what you're doing, and you have to think through it before whatever comes out of your mouth, if you're verbally reacting to something.
Right.
But like in this case, it's very easy to just get very fear-based and start running around like a duck with your head cut off. And notice that I said duck.
You said if
I worked that in.
Yes. So okay.
But wait, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted.
We're at 7:03. I'm going to get distracted. We're at 7:03. We talked about the cat. So, and I do want to share this because this is one of Vanessa's affirmations, which I really like, which is, I have been given endless talents, which I begin to utilize every day.
Ooh, I like that one.
As I say those words, like I can I know this is such a chick thing, so let's pretend I'm under 50 for a minute, because it can be a broad thing too, I guess. But as I say those words, I can feel that go through my body and how good that feels.
Power of the word. It's the power of speaking it.
That's great.
And that's amazing, Vanessa. That's a really good one. That's a really good one.
So we're going to sign off shortly. Two things we didn't get to. One is taxes. This is totally informational. Like with all this weird stuff, there's a delay in paying your taxes, but you still have to file by April 15th. So keep that in mind if you haven't filed already, but payments are delayed. And if you want to delay filing, you still have to file for an extension. Totally, like, I'm not an accountant. I just play one on the broadcast. The other is Angela needs some advice because she has a Muskogee?
Muscovy duck.
Bless you. And it knocks on her door and it hangs out on her patio. I mean, it literally comes up to her screen door and knocks on her. And so no one will take it away unless they want to harm it, which she doesn't want to do. So if anybody has any advice for Angela on how to drive a duck out of town.
And I think, you know what, Jacqueline, I figured out, I think he likes my dog. I think he likes Ozzy. I if I go out there, he pecks at me and he runs after me, and they have big giant claws.
Yeah,
Ducks have these crazy claws. I never knew that about them until I looked down and saw these giant claws. Matter of fact, I will post on the call to action page this crazy video of him coming. If I step out and he sees me, he runs after me. But when Ozzy goes out there, he's like, hey, what's up, duck? Hey, what's up, dog? Like, they're best friends. And I think that he just comes because he wants Ozzy to come out and play.
I think he's a relative haunting you. I'm just saying. That's so we are at 7:05. And
hey, but we need to talk about Thursday.
Right. So here's what we're doing. We are Tuesday. We're going to chat. We're going to try to have you guys Zoom in the future, but we were having some weird technical problems. So you guys can actually click and Zoom in, but we didn't trust the technology tonight. So Tuesday night, Angela and I will have a topic or two and maybe a glass of wine or a cup of tea and chat. And then Thursdays, including this Thursday, Angela, you want to talk about what's happening this Thursday?
Yes, we're going to have Thursdays will be when we interview people that have something to offer, news that we want to share with you that might be a little bit different than what we've been experiencing. Last week, as you know, we were live almost every night, and because we were just playing around, we were having a good time. We just wanted to connect and touch base. And we can't do every night. So we decided Tuesdays and Thursdays, and like Jacqueline said, Tuesday chats and Thursday interviews. So this Thursday we have Dr. Richard Bacco, who is, he's a chiropractor, but he's way more than a chiropractor. And he's an amazing doctor. He is my doctor. He has actually done amazing things for me and my crazy back. But he specializes in immune therapy. He has a lot of knowledge about immunity and how to bolster your immunity and how stress impacts your body and what you can do to relieve a lot of that. Mm-hmm. And so I thought he'd be a good one to come on to talk to us, because I think we're all interested in how we can boost our immunity. So tune in at 6:30 on Thursday for that. He'll be live with us, and hopefully we'll have opportunity for you guys to call in. Because we want people to be able to call.
Yeah, we want it to be interactive. Yeah, that's fun hearing people's voice, and we are so grateful. It would be nice to hear from a mental health doc. So we will put that on, Vanessa. We will track someone down. That's a great idea.
Ooh,
yeah, and we ask that you share, spread the word, as Angela likes to say. Angela, sharing is caring. Yeah. So share. For those of you that are sharing, we're really, really grateful, and we're grateful for all of you being here tonight. We hope that you will continue to join us. Right?
Yes.
We need a song or a sign off or something.
We need a jingle. Somebody needs to make us a jingle.
I might sing. Yeah.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We love all of you. Please be safe out there, and reach out to us if we can help you in any way. If you're having just a bad moment and you need somebody to talk to, message us. Our information is on our call to action page. There's several ways of getting a hold of us. For those of you that know me personally, you know how to get a hold of me. So take care out there and be safe, and we love you.
Thanks. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.